What's up YouTube, it's NG, the Neon X, and I'm back. Today I am into answering some questions left in my comments while I was on my little YouTube break.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Well, one of the questions I get, often enough, is how do I get the sound to play when I open and close my original Surface Duo? Let me tell you. Well, here we have my Surface Duo 1. And I assume that is the sound they are referring to. Now, one of the commenters had asked if it was the Scrunch APK that I am using. I honestly don't know what Scrunch APK is to tell you that yes or no, that is what is being used. The app that I use to allow for the sound and other little small features on the device is this app right here called Screen Lock Pro. Note I have Screen Lock, Smart Lock, and Admission Lock. They all come in the same application when you download it, but pretty much what you look for is this guy here, Screen Lock. Now on Screen Lock, you have all kinds of tweaks you can do to your device to wake it up, to put it to sleep, to add gestures to the device to get different results. Now I used to go through all of them and play with them, but I found one that I liked the best is the one that you hear, and that here was the sounds. Now here you can see play sound upon lock, check, and the sound file that I found online was Transformation 2. Now I have a whole bunch of these sounds that I downloaded, guys. I used to use Transformers or Star Wars, Knight Rider, a whole bunch of them. You get the app, you go in here, you click that, then you find the file that you want to use, and you download it to the device. Here I have Transformers. It has its own. There's some that I made that I added myself. Has the songs that are in the phone, so you can really do a lot with it. Somewhere here I have the Star Wars. That's what I used before. Here we go. Star Wars sounds. I don't know if you guys heard that. Let's try again. Now if I press that, close up the device, and there you go. I want to open the device back. No, I didn't have sound on for Star Wars. You need to select which one you want it to be, but you get the idea. So I have lock sound file, Star Wars. To get the sound on lock sound is still here saying Transformers. So if I change both of them, you have a different sound when you open and close the device. Let me change this back to Transformers, because I still like Transformers. But being that I have a Batman there, maybe I should do a Batman sound just cause. That's maybe. What does this sound like? Kind of slow. Yeah. Zelda. Let's stay with what we know. But that is how you do the sound for open and closing your Duo. I mean, it does work for any device when it falls asleep, but with the Duo, because you close it like a book, it just feels and sounds that much better. So, someone had asked, can you play Tank Company on the Duo? Let's find out. So here's the post in question. Thanks for showing gaming experience. I am curious whether it is possible to run Tank Company on this device using dual screen. Well, here's Tank Company Let's install and find out together. Here it is. The game has been put in a span mode. Of course, there's the line down the middle, but the game still looks great. At least the image looks great. It says enter game. If only the Y was a bit more towards the left, the dual screen
It's time to fill in the registration form, new recruit.
effect would be really good, but it doesn't look bad. So yeah, it's very playable. I think I'm going to go with German, simply because it jumped. Bell starts, okay. That's turn, okay. Now this is not a game to play with your pen. Someone is blowing the hell out of me and I don't know what is going on. Oh. Oh, that's cool. That's real cool. Wow. That actually looks really, really nice. Now, I know I'm doing terrible right now, because I don't know what exactly I'm doing, but that does look good. Kill my, I do like the way you compare this thing in
Not penetrated. Enemy taken out.
I actually killed someone. I feel good about myself. Oh, you can get crew members for your vehicle to increase the stats of it. So as you can see, World of Tanks or Tank Company works just fine on the Duo. You know, the Duo might actually make it a little bit more immersive because of the widescreen of the whole thing, and it's large at that. The large widescreen at that. Yes, the vision between the screens might cause some issue. It does obscure your view of your tank, but not so much that you cannot play, and it's pretty easy to get used to it. I can't forget that it's there. Of course, you could always flip it around. You get this here, and this is more than playable if you do not want the divider. The single screen of the Duo is more than large enough to play this screen in its tablet form. So yes, Tank Company works great. If you want to, you can use a pen like I did, or use your fingers, and I'm sure you'd have a pretty good time if this is your type of thing. Now, someone had asked me the weight difference between the two devices. And I'm sorry, I don't have any type of scale that can weigh something as light as these are. But you know what? Just holding them in hand, you can feel a difference between the two, and it might just be the case that this thing is in. So before I say anything, let's get these guys in the buff. So here are the Duo 1 and the Duo 2. Weight wise, just feeling them in my hand, eyes closed. I would have to say the Duo 1 feels a little heavier. Now, I don't know how much these things weigh. Like I said, I don't have the type of skill that can measure such light devices, but these things are light for what they are. I felt lighter, but for what they are, these two devices are actually pretty light. And the Duo 1 seems to have a bit more heft. Not much, but a bit more heft than the Duo 2, which is kind of weird because tend to go lighter when they make a sequel to a device, but it really might be the camera bump that is adding the extra few, I guess, ounces to the device. I feel that if I was to hold this to my ear for a phone call, my hand would get tired quicker using this one as opposed to using this one, which kind of feels like there's nothing at all there. It's really, really light. Yeah, but that's it when it comes to the weight and that particular question. I hope I have been able to help in that regard, and you can take that info and do as you want or do as you wish with it. Another question asked was, how is the Surface Duo as a daily driver? You guys know that my Duo 1 was my daily driver until I got the Duo 2. I enjoyed the phone very much. There's still some aspects of this device I actually prefer over the second device, but the main issue with the Duo 1, if you plan to use it as a daily driver, is the battery life. The same could be said for the Duo 2, though the Duo 2 does last a little longer than the one depending on what you're doing on it. The Duo 1 just has very bad battery. I made a video not too long ago, a few months back. I'll try to link it somewhere here if you want to watch it, where I show you the extreme battery drain that the Duo 1 goes through just for being on. It was just the phone doing things in the background, just used so much battery just to exist. And that was, and still is, the issue with this phone. Right now, this phone is at, let me show it to you, 82% if this thing can focus on it. And this phone was on the charger. I had to go out this morning. I want to charge it up so I could make this video, and it hasn't been used. Aside from the part that I just did, the bit with the sound on how I get it to make sound, that was the most the phone has been used since I took it off of the charger. And you can see it's already gone down almost 20% with use. So to use the Duo as a daily driver on its own, I would not recommend, simply because it will probably not get you through your entire day. As you guys know, to me, the Duo is a primary secondary device. So I'll always have it with me, but I'll always have something else as well. So I must say, I love this device, and it's my go-to device for most things that I do. I always have my iPhone or my S22 Ultra, which is recording up here, or whatever other phone I might be playing with. It's just something else that has a better battery that can also do certain tasks that I might want to do during the day. But yeah, I would suggest, if you have the ability to, get one. The dual screen form factor of the Duo makes it a very unique and interesting device to use on a regular basis. Once you go here, it's hard to go back to a singular device, especially when you have become used to multitasking, and you will get used to multitasking with this device, because having two separate items, one on each screen, without having to do any software tweaks and jump through loops to get this to open here and resize this there, it's just a beautiful thing. So that's my answer on that. Duo as a daily driver, yes, as long as you have something else with you to compensate. So with that said, my name is Angie, the WHATIMINX, and still doing the Duo in 2023. This is what I'm into.